Hello, welcome to Bob's Dungeon. My name's Bob, I'll be your host. And in this video, we're going to look at some more alternative miniatures. Now, I don't use miniatures in my games. I've never had the oomph to use them, but there's a lot of people that do use miniatures. So I figured we'll go ahead and look at some things that you could use for miniatures in your games as an alternative to buying normal miniatures. Because sometimes they can be hard to find, or the exact ones you want can be hard to find. And sometimes there are just neat things out there that you find that could really help you out as far as miniatures go. So in this video, we're going to look at some different types of miniatures. Now, normally the miniatures I look at, the alternative miniatures I look at, are kind of themed because they come in a set or the like. This time around though, I found some grab bags, if you will. Now, sometimes I stop in flea markets and stuff and look around and see what I can find. And this time, I found some bags that somebody put together of what they call plastic vintage figurines. So they're like little army man style figures, and there are different types of them, and it's just random things in the bag. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got. Okay, let's open the first bag of figurines that we got. And oh, he taped them pretty good. Give me a second. If I knew they had this much tape on them, I would have brought a knife. Alright, that should be enough. And, oh boy. We got some stuff in here, boys. Get them all out here. All right. In this first bag, we're going to go ahead and get started with a weird one. We have this giant plastic Native American, probably from an old Cowboys and Indians set, but like a big set. I don't know what you could use this for in your miniatures game. Maybe a statue of some kind for background. But then we have what looks to be like an orc. A Lord of the Rings style orc. I don't know what this would be from. It looks like, yes, the arms move. Legs do not. So yeah, you can pose him a little bit. So that's kind of nifty. Will he stand? Yes, he will. So we got that going for us. Then we got, oh boy, a mess. Well, we got another little plastic Native American from another Cowboy and Indian set. This guy's set up to ride a horse. And I've got a couple of horses here, but neither of them are look like they'd be appropriate. This is definitely a horse from a knight set, Will he fit? Yes, he will fit. So yeah, we got a horse for him. We got another horse that's pretty much the same, only it looks like somebody tried to paint this one. And will he ride on this one? Yes, he will. So that's kind of nifty. But speaking of horses, we got this one. It's a knight on a horse. Looks like he probably came from a game set, but you could use him as a miniature in your game. Also, we got these two guys. Looks like they came from the same set as the knight. They're a little tall for miniatures, but you could probably use these guys as like statues or something in your game. These guys probably belong to like a chess set, maybe. Who knows? Then we got, there's a little stand. Doesn't belong to anything. A spear. And we got a knight figurine. It's decently detailed. And will the spear fit in the knight's hand? Yes, it will. It's a bit big. That's one heck of a pole arm there. But he'll use it. Then we got another little knight here that someone painted up. So maybe the guy that owned these beforehand was a gamer of sorts and using these as miniatures for his game. So yeah, those are pretty neat. We got a saddle. We got a soldier that's also been painted up. Little army man. That's pretty nifty. You're running a more modern game. But this one, I like this one. The wizard in the robes with the little wand. I like that one. The person that owned these last painted this guy up too. I like that. That is neat. So let's go ahead and open up the second bag here. See what we got in the second bag. Okay. We're going to start with this this one. Looks like they painted this. This looks like it might be an elf from Lord of the Rings. See, it's got a copyright information on the back, but I can't make out the date. Yeah, you can maybe use that as a statue in your game, along with this knight. He could be used as a statue in your game. Then we have another little knight, well, a little tall knight. Oh, there's a lot of different figurines in this one. We got another knight who's attacking. We got a bunch of loose weapons in this one. There's a stand. But we got a bunch of shields. Not sure what you'd use those for in your miniatures game. We got some, looks like lances. And we got another knight here with ball and chain. Oh boy. Yeah. Then we got another figure from a cowboy and Indian set with a sombrero. Looks like he's made to ride a horse, which there is a horse in this set too. This is a different style of horse than from the other set. Will this guy ride this horse? Yeah. You can ride the horse. Let's see. You also got 2 more Native Americans from a old Cowboys and Indians set. And both of these are made to ride horses. So will they fit on this horse? This one just barely does. And this one, yeah, he'll fit. Then we have one more guy that's set up to ride a horse, and that's a knight with a big sword. Will he fit on this horse? For the most part. So the rest of them are just regular type figurines. Except for we have a couple more weapons here. Guess you can lay them around on the ground for things that are just there. We have what looks like a Roman centurion. So that's pretty nifty. We have another little soldier that someone has painted up. We have a scarecrow. Guess if you're doing a Wizard of Oz thing, maybe. We have another weird looking knight. It looks like somebody painted up at some point, but all the paint has come off. We have this little guy here. Camera focus. There we go. He's pretty nifty. You could use him as like an evil wizard or something. Speaking of which, we have another one of those little wizards. I like these. Then we have this guy who's sitting down, but he's got no chair. We have this lady who's sitting down. Again, no chair. Then we have another little knight type figure. A weird weapon. It's broken. Again, he's been painted up like the others. And then the final thing I found at the thrift store, which is another figurine but wasn't in one of these sets. I found this werewolf. And that is pretty neat. I like that. If you needed a werewolf in your game, that would be a good werewolf to use. You can paint him up if you want. Probably something somebody 3D printed and sold in their little booth. And that's what I got. And that's what I got this time around for alternative miniatures that you can use in your game. These run the mix of a bunch of different things that somebody had it lying around their house and just put in little bags to sell at a thrift store, at a flea market. So, you know, it just comes to show you, keep your eyes open. You never know what you're going to find. Out of all of these, I think my favorite is the little robed wizard guy. Some of these guys are probably inappropriate for today's sensibilities, i.e. the cowboy and Indian sets. But there is some neat stuff in here that you could use. So, and they weren't that badly priced. So, just keep your eyes open while you're out there. You can find some stuff. And thank you for joining me to look at these alternative miniatures. And hopefully you'll join me next time where we'll talk about something else. Bye.